What's good, chat? What's good? What's good? What's good? Hold on 1 second. I gotta share out these streams here. Hold on. Make sure everybody sees these. All right, so we should be up and running here. Hey, shout out to, dang, 2 of y'all that got up in here real quick already. Like, hey, shout out to y'all. Please like up the stream because it's not a presentation, but it's close to a presentation. I'm not gonna lie, like I'm like 1 step away from the Yaya patented PowerPoint. We're not doing it today though, but we're gonna go a little crazy on this topic. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Yes, 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 yes. It's all the above. Like some people are looking at the thing and like, hey bro, we have it. It's everything in one today. It's so much to talk about. Like, cause there's a lot that kind of goes into it. I've been thinking a little bit more heavily about this topic as the day has gone along, and I just like, you know what, F it, let's get into it. So let me get this up here started. So yeah, we're gonna be doing a little bit of discussion on Tokon as well as a few other things kind of in the mix. They kind of all go together. It's not fully the one thing that it's going to be, right? So you'll see. Chat, you'll understand as we get there. Don't worry. It's not just everything at once, but there's a lot of moving parts here. Let's see. Here. I genuinely want to see like what other people's arguments are though too. I don't want to be right. I don't want to necessarily just be right outright. I want it to be more of a thing where we kind of definitely discuss it a bit more. me see here. Let's see. There we go. All right. Okay. All right. Looks like people are in here already, so I'm going to waste no more time, and we're gonna hop kind of straight into it. So I already have the UNI2 up early, but we're not playing it for a couple more moments here. Hopefully the music isn't too loud. Is it too loud? If so, I need to turn it down. It looks like it's kind of a little bit loud, but it's alright. Anyways, yo, it's your boy Zeta Slow. How's everybody doing? Hopefully we're doing well. Looks like the bot came in right this time, because I kind of been working on that just to make sure that kind of goes through properly. Also, let me actually do this, because I do want to change it for the day. Let us change it to the uni back today. We're using the uni background today. All right. Why does that case look like that? That case looks insanely weird. All right. So also actually let me share out the tweet real quick here too. If anyone wants to retweet it for me, I would genuinely appreciate it, you know? It means a lot. Let's see here. What's good, Mass? What's good? Welcome. Yeah, if anyone wants to shout that out, I would genuinely appreciate it a ton. There's that. Song's so good. All right. So. All right. So, again, yo, it's your boy Zeta Slow. So what we're gonna be talking about today, I really wanted to talk about system mechanics, and specifically, as many of you guys know, I'm still stuck on the one topic, right? The one specific thing that has plagued me since, what was it, Monday? This right here, bro. Yeah, this right here, bro. These changes for the Marvel Tokon game, right? Huge fan of the game, right? Personally, let me say that. Huge fan of the game, right? Huge fan of it. So it's not me just being a hater when I say these things, right? So we gotta talk about this, right? So this is like the craziest thing still. And I mean, we already talked about it a little bit on Monday, right? We talked about it for the reasons that we talked about it on Monday. But then I did something a little bit different that I don't normally do. And I mean, it's not fully baked, right? It's partially baked, but I can kind of describe it a little bit further down the line on the other half of it. So I went back and actually did my homework on what I was talking about, right? So super skills no longer break the wall, but regular moves, which is like storms 2 and 4, which is what that was, right? Break this wall, right? Break this wall and lead to a hard knockdown. Meaning Storm gets immediately to jump in and start her combo string on Wolverine. Again, I don't know why she just whiffed there. Let's not talk about that part. Let's not talk about it. I never even noticed that she whiffed that light. That's actually so funny. It was almost like a reverse beat, but it definitely was not a reverse beat. It was just like, nah, bro, you just whiffed, dog. You're just not, you did not hit that. It's all good though. So I was just doing like some idea testing, and I was just kind of like testing this with, well, not even really testing the idea, testing the thought, right? With people that would listen, right? So I was kind of workshopping on it. And here's what I have, right? So it's not quite exactly one-on-one because gear is gear, Tokon is Tokon, right? And we'll talk about the ways around it and things like that here in a moment as well. But there's a lot that goes into it, right? There's a ton that goes into it. So I was testing it with this, right? So soft knockdown, right? Because soft knockdown, I put the wall HP to like 0, right? So you go straight through it. You both start at the same time. You cannot act before Soul acts with this DP, right? Given in Tokon, most people don't have a DP, right? So huge disparity there, I think, where it's like, well, okay, boom. You can't immediately pressure Soul because he has options to stop you from doing things, right? Which is what you really want, right? So again, I'll do it again and I'll show you like just with the other option, right? With an alternate option, right? This one right here. So instant air dash, right? He catches me with the DP because that makes sense, right? So let's do it with what Tokon has now, right? Which is the craziest part about this current version of the game in the large scheme of things is when you break wall or go to the transition, right? It is now a hard knockdown just like this, right? Situationally is a thing, right? Soul's getting up. I'm already here. He's starting his DP. Well, I guess I did that late. That was my fault. So, boom. With a good, I was like wondering why I went so high. So yeah, so by the time he's up, right? Kai is already here. This is just like the situation they showed a moment ago with Storm. So let me pull that back up here, just so you can kind of see it again in action one more time. So, Storm hit Wolverine through the wall, immediately instant air dashes in, boom, right? So what's going to tend to happen, and as I visualize it, it's going to be like this. So imagine you could block, right? You could block. Soul's gonna try to DP. He gets counter hit, boom, boom, boom. You're at another wall, and they send you through the wall again, right? They send you through another wall, right? So hypothetically, that's another hard knockdown, right? So if they start up again, and let's say they do a different option. Let's say they don't do this exact same option. I just use this as an example, right? Let's say they don't do this exact option, right? They go for, you know, all right, let's block instead. All of a sudden you're in a block string that takes you over to that wall anyway, right? So one more hit over, you're about to go back through the wall yet again, right? What's good though, Caster? What's good, what's good, what's good? So it seems like it's like an almost endless thing of offense getting their turn back, right? Over and over and over again, as opposed to it being a situation where defense gets a turn within all this going on, right? And let me see if I can pull this up here, because I did not grab this. Let me see here. So I have visual of the old builds too. Let me get this old build on here real quick. All right, right here. So this is me versus Edo, I believe. Yeah. So a lot of stage transitions happen here. So right, boom, boom, boom. Use the assist. Stage transition. I guess it's not. That's Edo doing it. So I stage transition, right? So not only does it start like this, right? He rolls and stands up, right? So we're back at neutral. So that means Edo gets another turn, I get another turn. With it being the way that it is, right? Which is this currently, right? They stay on hard knockdown. Immediately you lose that interaction. The same interaction that you literally just would have saw a moment ago, which is what this is right here. This exact same interaction would not have happened because now instead of him being up, I can just immediately start with an overhead into Storm assist and then push him back to where he's at right now with either a block string or a combo, right? So it doesn't give Edo any of the time that he has right now to get his turn back, right? And I think in terms of a tag game, that makes it a bit more, I'll say volatile. Definitely volatile, because even if you aren't blocking and playing properly, you still get that turn taken from you, right? And then on the opposite foot, right, we do have another mechanic that could potentially help with the situation, right? We have the assemble counter, right? The assemble counter, huge situation changer. Also, shout out to all 9 of y'all. Hey, please like up the stream real quick. So we have the assemble counter, right? Great mechanic. great mechanic, right? So let's say I do start the turn with the hard knockdown, immediately wake up, they go for this instead, right? Now, goes into that. Now instead it is Captain America's turn, right? Cool. But let's say I know that they're gonna do that, right? Or if I have any inkling of them possibly doing that, right? There is a counter to that situation, which is, hold on, let me see. It should come up right here. Like that. So you can either OS it with the run up, right? Or let me see, where's it at here? The crossover reflect, right? So you catch them on block, right? They use crossover reflect happens, they lose their resource, you get your resource back pretty quickly, right? It changes how the game, I think, overall will be played, right? Which leads to what I was saying earlier, right? You end up with a game that's a lot more about just the mechanic side of things. So you end up with a game that just becomes a lot more boiled down to everybody has to use the mechanics, right? Everybody has to use the mechanics, which is, in a perfect world, what you want, right? If we're at the highest level of gameplay, right? If we're at the highest level of gameplay, everybody's using everything all the time, right? All of a sudden, this though, because of this change right here, that becomes a necessity to your gameplay. So everyone now has to do the mechanic, and it's not as much of a, oh cool, they popped out the mechanic, right? It's more of a, oh, we're all going to have to do this, into possibly doing this, into possibly still going back to the wall anyway, into possibly getting re-okied again, because Iron Man is on the ground right now, which changes, like I said, a lot of how the game overall and the dichotomy of the game is going to be played, as opposed to being what I was just showing prior to, which is what Edo had to deal with, right? Edo had to deal with getting put through here, and now he has the threat of the wall on the backside, and instead now he's immediately able to change his game strategy to try to make sure that does not happen again. I think hard knockdown takes away a little bit of the interactiveness that I liked within this game, I think, because not only were you interacting with the player, you were interacting with the stage, and you know, some stages had more segments, some stages had less segments. Specifically like the X-Men place. Let me see if I can pull up some X-Men footage, because the X-Men stage specifically was like one of like the favorite stages, right? Because some people like, you know, closer combat, right? Some people like to stay within the bounds, you know what I mean? Like fighting within the confines right here, right? So boom, right? So for me, it turns into a match of already doing this, right? That was really good. So now all of a sudden he's at the wall again, right? Like, but if I would have captured that, if I was a better player in this moment, I would have did the slide into wall shot, right? Because he would have stuck to the wall. That was good. Let's see if I can show you what it looks like here. There you go. So a situation like this, where I know I'm going to catch him on that, right? Boom. So the wall is your reward as the offender, or actually taking advantage of defense losing, right? A lot. So on a stage that is shorter, it becomes easier to get that advantage. On a stage that is longer, it takes more time to get to that advantage state. And I don't think the transitions were like ridiculously long. I mean, they could stand to be, I guess, a little shorter, a little bit. I mean, 'cause I do hear that as like a complaint that people do have with it. And I can't say that that's not true. I can't say that it's not a little bit longer than what I think most people want it to be. But I can also say that it's not the craziest thing. It's not too crazy. Let's see here. I'm trying to find some songs thrown here real quick. Let's see what we got here. What is the Battle Hub? But no, ultimately, I don't know. I think it makes the stage matter a lot less in the grand scheme of things. And I don't think that's what was what the intention was when they made multiple tiered stages and things like that. Because I mean, the wall, of course, still becomes the reward. It's just not to that same extent as what it was before. Is the song? I wonder. Yeah, it is. What's good, Vaughn? What's good? Sorry you're late. Just on Overwatch with my bro and friend. How's life? Is great. Life is great. I'm just talking to people about why I think the stages are the way they are designed, right? I should have probably actually made this just a separate tab here, but I didn't. Let me make this a separate tab here so I can keep the old footage here too, just because I do know that the one has the regular stage here. So no, I'm essentially talking about that hard knockdown thing, right? And why I think it's not as good for the game overall in health. Because I don't know, it's very specific, because that one thing out of everything they listed changes the game the most. It changed the game so much in a way that I don't think many people expected to. Because getting up like this, right, and going back to neutral where Edo can go and take his turn back and still lose it because I played better versus me just getting it for free changes a lot. Because like I said, getting it for free, right, getting it for free on a bad player, right, on a bad player is going to look like this. On a bad player, it'll look like this every time, right? So let's say I'm just GOAT player, right? GOAT player number 44, right? I win the first interaction immediately. Well, not that one, because this one right here. But GOAT player number 44, win this interaction, immediately take it to another wall. That's another hard knockdown. Now, it's not a super because supers don't knock down through the wall, right? They knock down on the same stage. But just using the super because that's the only way to get the hard knockdown in Strive as the example. So immediately they win another interaction because you were on hard knockdown and they got their turn again. So instantly you go for an instant overhead again, boom, you blew them up again, they're going through the wall again, and now they're at the last zone on the far side, which sets them to like a space where they're at basically the corner wall, right? So in theory, we got them to corner wall now, and boom, and now they are stuck in the corner, right? Because they've lost, let's just say umping like 4 times, right? We're on the super long stage, right? They lost 4 times in a row. Now they still had to watch the transition 4 times anyway. It made no difference. In fact, it was a lot easier to get to the transition point, and they got smacked to the wall, right? Now, of course, you can chalk this up as a good player and say, oh, they played bad, right? But let's say even a good player, right? Because Edo is a great player, right? Edo is a great player. Friend of mine, friend of the channel. He played well, but he did a bad move, right? So the same thing will happen, right? But it happens less because we had this exchange here, right? So I had to think about what he was going to do, and he had to think about what I was going to do, and then I still got him, right? So yo, Zeta played kind of nicely there, right? As opposed to let me go back to it here. As opposed to, well, it's given to him, so he gets this for free, right? Well, it's given to him, so he gets this immediately. Because Wolverine can't do anything, there's no DP. If you DP there, you get counter hit. Most people don't have a DP in Tokon. It changes a lot. It changes so much. That one specific change, I mean, it's only when a super would be a wall break. But I get where you're coming from. It's a visual future they want to roll back, which is strange. No, it's not from a super. No, it's from a regular move. No, she did a regular move. This is not her super. So in the game, I just use Strive supers because you have to use a super to get the hard knockdown after wall break, right? But in this game, the way it's set up, it doesn't work that way. It in fact does not work that way. Bro, I don't have the stage. I need the Pal Cafe song, bro. That song's so good. Let me pull up the Pal Cafe song real quick. Hold on, chat. Give me like 3 seconds, because I need that song in my life right now. So yeah, so because like I said, it's just off a regular move. So this is her 214 move right here, right? So like you'll see her do it, right? It's like that. They don't actually show what it leads into. But 214 with the win that way, right? So it wall breaks, meterless wall break, Let's keep that in mind here. It's a meterless wall break here, which is kind of insane. And by kind of, I mean very insane. But I'll just say kind of insane for the lesser effect of it, right? Is it Pal Cafe or is it her song? Is it my song or is it Pal Cafe? Oh, it is. It is. Okay. So yeah, so this was meterless, right? Now in Strive, it costs meter to do it. Like I said, right? Only reason I use Strive as an example is because that is the only other game with a wall, right? So just imagine, right? This is Kai just using a normal move. It doesn't cost a meter. He just goes through you. Boom, right? Bow. And it doesn't cost meter. It doesn't cost meter, but in this instance, it would, right? It doesn't cost meter in Tokon. So they just literally go straight through you and take you to the next area. And it's a hard knockdown. Yeah. What's good, Crescent? And it becomes much more obnoxious, I think, in a game like Tokon, especially where even if you do block this right, they have assists. So assists can still open you back up. And even if the assist doesn't open you up, what you can do is like do a button and then tag out to the other person and see what they reacted to, and then try to go for another overhead or something crazy with the next character on your team because they're already on the stage and you can tag to them. So again, I think it's a bit much to give the offense this much agency where they can just immediately go like that. Immediately. There's no interaction that was had. There was no interaction that was had. And I mean, like I said, it's different when you win like off of boom, right? Because this is still gonna do it, right? This exact shot is still gonna be the same reason that they transition screen, right? It's still gonna be the exact reason you transition screen, except for instead of him being up like he is right now, he'll be laying down. So I can just immediately jump in and I don't have to worry about what he's gonna do on get up, which I think, like I said, takes a layer of interaction out of this matchup. So boom. So right, I still got the same reward I would have got. Like I still got the same reward I would have got, or if I wasn't bad, like I said, then I would have got the same reward anyway. But instead, he turned the tables on me because he had the opportunity to, and now it's his wall. So now he has hard knockdown on me, didn't use it for anything, but he gets his turn. You know, he gets to reset up his offense, reestablish his defense, and then take it the other way because he got it. So that was him. And I think, like I said, it makes the battle much more dynamic. But my biggest change to the overall systems is I think once you have your teams, once you have your full team, I think every stage becomes this for you because you have your full team. So there's really nothing for you to earn anymore, right? So why are you stage transitioning? You don't get anything from it really anymore besides losing the positioning. So I think the further reward beyond the 4 characters that you already currently have, right? The bigger reward that you would get is that now all of a sudden this wall that was not a wall instead becomes a wall, right? So now it's a wall and I don't have to worry about my combos pushing him out of this range, and I get all this health. I get all of this health from him. Like you see how much health that just took, and I dropped the combo, by the way. I dropped the combo, and this is before they extended how long your combos could be. So the combo blacked out, right? I'm not gonna say blacked out, I guess, but he would still get the full string off of this. They wouldn't cut the string on, and honestly, that might even give me enough meter to be close to killing. So, like I said, I think the reward is already high enough as far as when you break through the wall, right? You get a character. So once you have all 4 characters, just make it so that they don't transition anymore. Then all of a sudden you don't have to worry about any of that. It takes a lot of that out of it. And I don't know, I put like a ton of time into this game, so it's not like I'm just saying this off of just not understanding how the game works or understanding how wall breaks work, because I feel like a lot of what Twitter ends up being right now is on the terms of not quite understanding how the wall break works here. That was kind of like the biggest takeaway I got from that, is like a lot of people don't really quite know how Strive wall break works. They think it's more of a you automatically get your turn back anyway type thing, which it was at some points. But then they took that away multiple times, right? So boom. Because now that this is a wall, I can still do my doom pressure. I can go back up here, I could shoot him at the wall and keep going with the combo because I have all 4 of my characters, right? That is the simplest change that you have to make there. You don't have to make it so that there's no interactivity between the players. And like I said, it reinforces the idea that we're kind of in like a system mechanic era, because back in the day, right, like you did not have to use system mechanics. And I think it's really weird to say you did not have to use system mechanics, like, because there are certain system mechanics that you never see used, right? Melty Blood, actually, again, right, high level game. A lot of people don't really think of it because it's not like the games you think of, but I'll use a better example as well to go alongside it here. So remember Alpha Counter. Alpha Counter in Alpha 2, right? All fighting games currently in modern day are getting Alpha Counters, right? All of them are getting Alpha Counters off of this thing into this thing into, you know, oh, I gotta get out of here, boom, hit the Brave counter, hit the Alpha counter, you know, Grand Blue, Brave counter, Alpha counter there, drive reversal, I think it's called, drive reversal in Street Fighter 6. Tekken doesn't really have one like that yet. Hopefully season 3 doesn't bring anything too crazy, but it might. But Alpha counter, right? It's a mechanic that you see used, I think, quite a bit in Third Strike in Alpha because of how high level the overall field is. Like, you really don't see like beginners playing Alpha anymore. Like, Alpha was like a game where I think there was like a different level of playing before, but now it's all like pros, right? Same for Melty, right? So Melty actually again has a mechanic that's like Alpha counter. It's called shield bunker. So boom, you buffer shield and then you do boom, right? Now you don't see this mechanic oftenly used, and it's not because it's like horrible, but it costs meter. But most people just do most people just either shield or react to the button or block it, right? You don't really see like unless you're probably like super low in health, right? You really don't see a shield bunker happen as frequently, right? Unless you're like in this dire Arcwade could mix you, could kill you type situation, right? Whereas in Grand Blue, as I was just literally talking about like 2 moments ago, let me see if I can pull it up here. Brave counter. Brave counter gets used so much in Grand Blue because you have to use it, because they're 6XLing you, 6XLing you. The other Twitter topic of the week has been 6XL. Most people don't realize you have to use the system mechanic, even at a lower level, to get out of a lot of these situations, which I don't prefer about modern fighting games. Modern fighting games make you use all the systems. I think being a player that eventually learns all of the cool systems that are in the fighting game is really, really nice, right? But it comes from a aspect of you learning to use it and it being useful to you, right? Like another very niche thing that is usable, right, in Tekken, right, is let me see key charge. Is it called key charge in here, or is it actually called, that was spelled horribly, key charge? I guess they don't show it because it is Tekken and fighters, but there's a key charge mechanic, right? It's a mechanic that is in the game, but you don't use it as much, right? Because it's not an integral thing that you have to use. Just like what is it? What is it in this game? It is called, this one right here. This one, Crush Trigger in BlazBlue, right? It is a mechanic that is used, but it is not used as much as you have to use something like a Raging Strike, which does a very similar feature, right? The mechanic is forced on you to be used as a player, right? Even at the lowest level of gameplay, you have to use Raging Strike. You have to use Raging Strike, Raging Chain at some point, right? It's just used. And if you're not using Raging Strike, Raging Chain, right, you're using the spot dodge, right? Spot dodge is, let's see here. I've never heard this part of the song. Spot dodge, right? Which I don't think there's actually a video for it, but you're not forced to use it. You're not forced. Yeah, certain characters like using it more. Exactly. But it becomes a mechanic that becomes more esoteric to your specific character, right? As opposed to being used all the time. Just like what is it called in Under Night? I forgot what it's called in Under Night, but yeah, they have shield bunker too. Shield bunkers in Under Night. It's just not used as much because it's not like the thing to use, right? It is, let's see, guard thrust right here. Guard thrust, not used all the time because it's not necessary to use all the time. It was one of those things that I even actually had to ask about it when I was playing on the when I was playing against people. I was like, hey yo, like how do I get out of this situation? And someone's like, oh, try guard thrusting, because obviously you don't know what to do in that situation, but guard thrust takes a toll on you, right? Izanami gets a wall bounce extend mid screen. Let me see. Let me see that. Let me see that. Let me see that. Let me see that. What's good, Nechi? We're talking about specific mechanics, right? Because we're in the system mechanic era, right? Like, I feel like the mandatory thing to use in Under Night, right, is grid, right? And grid is like the system mechanic of all time. That's why I literally put it in the thumbnail as the system mechanic of all time, right? It literally is like the Godfather system mechanic that governs the game, right? But does not interfere with the regular state of play. It's interacted with as much as the player would like to interact with it. Now, of course, it's optimal to interact with it, but you have to know at which play level, or you have to know how to use it at each play level accordingly, essentially. Because DDF, I think, is a great like grid manager, right? Myself, I am not a great grid manager. It's because there's a difference in skill there, right? It's not forced on me to know grid at the same level as DDF when I'm at the level that I'm at, right? As opposed to some of these other mechanics I've named today. Which is what I was saying about this situation. This situation forces you to learn the defense in the way that I don't think most people want to use it, which is right here, right? Because now you're getting hit. You either do something that like reverses it to get out of here, or you hold the block. You hold the block and get pushed to the wall anyway. I don't think, I don't know. I don't think that's a great idea there, but let me see if I can find my what is her name? Let's see. It's not Estelle, is it? Let's see. Gotta put the let's see. There we go. Is it? It is. All right. But yeah, so I think it's just one of those things where you end up having to use the mechanic because it's a necessity at this point, because you have to. Instead of being like where Edo was and disengaging because you know, okay, let me reset the neutral, right? Let me reset the neutral to something that is in my favor, right? Because now all of a sudden you're like, let's see. So boom, right? Edo pushed me through a wall, right? So instead of going straight up at Edo, I think I'm gonna wait a second to see what Edo does, right? Which is my choice, right? That is my choice to see what Edo does. And I get that level of interactivity with him to make him think about his action again and then back up, right? That was a choice that he had to make as a player. That was a choice that I had to make as a player, right? In the old build of the game, right? This choice literally gets stripped away, and now all of a sudden that situation becomes an OS situation where I have to guess how he gets hit. So you need to know the lore. All right, let me get a lore. Let me get a lore rundown real quick. I'll be real quick about it. So Tokon dropped the big gameplay overview of changes that they made to the game, right? So they changed a lot of what this game does, and there's a video on the YouTube channel if you haven't seen it. I might actually turn this into a video. Shoot, we might have to. Essentially, they made a lot of changes to the game, and a lot of the things that were in the game before are either not in the game in the same way anymore, or have been amplified like that to be a bit more free to use, as opposed to being a thing that is constraining to you. So I genuinely think I like the idea, though. I think I like most of these ideas. Like aerial assist, you can use it. Grounded assist, you can use it in air. Cap shield also got buffed. I don't know if people noticed it or not, but yeah, like cap shield here, you'll see it in a moment. He'll be standing down here at the bottom, also got buffed. They changed how it worked a little bit, actually, and it helps out a lot for situations, but I guess it doesn't show it. So super skills no longer break walls. However, you can do regular combo, right? Regular combo into push through the wall, and that does go through wall. And now they're in a hard knockdown situation. So now before they can get up, you're already on top of them. So literally before he does, let me see. hopefully you guys can see this as it is. So before he can get up and do anything here, he is able to get hit by, let me change the color so I can just show you guys what the hitbox viewer essentially. He can get hit by anything that covers this zone, right? Because she's already up here. She's already up here. She's already in his face in a way that there's nothing he can do, right? And let's say he blocks this, right? Let's say like we get to the next part of this situation, right? And he blocks it like he did, right? So now that he blocked this, now that this button right here has been blocked, let me highlight that for you. So now that this has been blocked here, right? Storm actually can set up again for another hit because she has an assist available, right? So she has an assist available. So with her assist available, she can make Magic go straight at him, right? So boom. And then not only does he have to block what she's doing, he has to block whatever comes beyond that, right? Whichever comes from beyond the void of whatever she's about to do. Because Magic, you know, has the portal. So now you just block that. You just block this into blocking this. Now, because Storm is free again, because Magic is hitting, you also have to block whatever Storm does here, right? Because Storm is going, that move is going to push you back. That's necessarily what's going to happen anyway. But then what ends up happening beyond that is now Storm hits you again here where you really can't, like, there's no visual for it. But then what happened because you blocked all these different hits, you're now standing at the wall. You're now standing back at the wall that's behind you again to get knocked back through another wall possibly, right? And I think that takes just the layers of specific interactivity between players out of the game. And instead, it, like I was saying, it's like I said, this is a gross over exaggeration. And also remember, in Strive, you have to use a super to get hard knockdown after wall break. So that is why I do it. You do not have to use super in Tokon. You just use a regular move. So it's a reset. Yes. It is a reset essentially. Yes. So it'll look like this. It'll look like this in a perfect world. This is if they don't block it. I have him set to DP. I have him set to do a DP. So you'll see him do the animation startup. He got counter hit. Boom. Back to the wall again. Boom. Right. And what's going to happen after this, chat? Caught again. And now all of a sudden you're at the end of the longest stage in the game because you just messed up twice. Maybe 3 times, right? Like, she's already there. She's already there, and there's an assist. It's kind of crazy. Like I think, and like I was saying before, a lot of people are saying, as like, and I've been getting pools of opinions from people just out of the ideas, because I never want to be in a spot where my idea is the only idea that makes sense, right? Because I want to understand where people are coming from. Some people say since you knock them through the wall, you deserve the advantage state. And I can see that too, because that does happen in Tekken, right? You knock them through the wall, all of a sudden you get a full another combo because they're like kind of in that like little wall state where they're like, you know, they're like just stuck up there, right? So, I mean, I can see that. I can see that argument, right? However, something Tekken did just recently change that I think this kind of picks up on afterwards is the idea that after you use like your big like heat smash move, it used to wall splat you too, so they could get their turn and kind of set up for like a 50-50. They took that and made that and reduced it a little bit to more of a situation where the other player is able to act again. What's good, Frog? Remember, there's only like 2 walls on either side. It's not that much, and you're probably already dead if you only got opened up twice. Fraud, let me tell you where you're wrong at. Let me explain to you where you're wrong. So this stage has, if I'm not mistaken, it has 3 segments each way, right? It has 3 segments each way. So it's 1, 2, 3, right? Let me see if I can pull up the visual on it just so you can see it as a visual. So yeah, so New York, right? New York only has these 2, right? But the Savage Land has I guess it's, so yeah, so I guess it is 2, but instead it's like boom, 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 right? So let's say hypothetically, right, though, we start, and this is what I was saying too, kind of in the exact same vein. if we start from here, let's say we got here, right? Oh, my bad. Didn't mean to do that. Did not mean to do that. Screenshotted it. Oop. Is that what that does? I have never done that before. That was an accident. That was actually an accident. Yo, that was actually an accident. I didn't know you could do that. That's actually really cool. That was actually kind of cool. I pressed Windows instead of Control. Anyway, so let's say we start somewhere over here, right? We start here, right? So if I win the interaction here, I take you to here. If I win the interaction here, I take you to here. And if I win the interaction, I take you to here. Now, hypothetically, that's saying we don't stop here. Because if we stop here, right, and I end up taking you back this way, because I do like some type of magic cross-up, because remember, magic does have portals. Instead, it turns into me going back this way, going back this way, and going back this way after I just did these two. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different exchanges where you lost, and you're back at the other wall anyway. So it doesn't, like I said, it doesn't make it any easier for anybody that is new to the fighting games, which is kind of where we end up getting stuck at a lot of times in fighting games, is trying to make them easier because of reducing the situations that you have to account for and making the mechanic that goes in place of you having good defense or you having good awareness. Supers don't wall break. Yes, correct. Supers don't wall break. Correct. Instead, regular moves wall break. No, regular moves. Are we all watching the same video? Like, I'm just kind of curious on that part. She did a regular move. She did a regular combo here. Like, so like, let's say this was off a hard knockdown, right? Off of hard knockdown. She caught Wolverine off hard knockdown. She did a boom, right? Opened him up again immediately. And all of a sudden he's going through another wall right here. That's literally what would happen. And she just set up another situation where he could go through another wall. That's unoptimized combos will allow for what? I don't think you need to. I don't think you need. What are we talking about unoptimized combos for? When they just said they buffed how long combos are now. They buffed the combo limit. They literally buffed the combo limit. It's not unoptimized combos. We don't need supers. Look how much damage she did without the super. Like, you just super to kill, but look at this. So this whole route before it does a super, that is so good. And she can literally just go instead and do the little quarter circle back, fly through the wall thing, and it does damage. And then you get Oki again. Like, no, you don't need it. Especially because, like, let's say I'm greedy, right? Let's say I'm being greedy on purpose, right? And I know that you have like the new level 3 that they added or they showed off in the last little thing with your ultimate thing. If I use this enough and build up all of my teammates immediately because I only need to get 2 of these, and then I cash out on the biggest super in the game, you're dead. There was 3 turns where you had a chance to do something and you messed up twice and you died for it. Like, yeah, there's no burst in this game. There's no burst. There's no burst. There's no burst. And like I said earlier, there's a counter option, right? And you have to understand that fighting game players are fighting game players 24/7, right? So let's say optimally, right? They go crossover, okay. Oh, you hit my man's crossover, right? Too bad I OS'd for it. Hold that shit. Back into the mix you go. You're cooked and you lost your teammate. Like, there's nothing you can do. There's no X factor. Yeah, there's no X factor in this game. No, there's no X factor. Look, you're disassembled, bro. You're cooked. Your shit is cooked, boy. Now hold this combo in the corner like a good boy and let me get my super off on you. Yes, but I'm saying is at that point 2 to 3 interactions you're dead and at least 2 wall breaks. Only an optimal play where you see back-to-back wall breaks. I don't get where you're getting that from. So like only in back-to-back plays, what do you mean? Like, cause I mean, I just showed you this combo right here. I just showed you the storm thing, right? I think that's a pretty optimal combo, and like the whole ladder route that she did here, I think it was pretty optimal. It was meterless. It was meterless. It was pretty optimal for meterless use, right? Let's say she did burn a little bit of meter. Let's be less facetious with it. And she didn't need that wall splat. Let's be completely honest here. She didn't need the wall splat. She could have just waited till it hit the ground and did Lariat Assist instead, and it would have did the same thing. It would have did the exact same thing. So like the wall being there was irrelevant to that situation specifically. Now it made this combo work in a better light for what she's doing. But what she just did, even without meter, like that whole, let me see here, go back a little bit more. So yeah, instead of it hitting the wall, right, she could have just landed it there. It did Lariat Assist, and it would have just had them roll a little bit in place, tornado it up, just pick up the route here. And she's doing about 25% without it. That's pretty chill. Nothing concrete. I'm agreeing with you. Okay. Oh well, no, if you're agreeing with me, I mean, but no, but the part I disagree with is you said it was unoptimal though. That was my thing though. I think that's still optimal play. I think optimal play is going for a situation where you get a guaranteed wake up anyway. Because sure, right? Let's say sure, right? Sure, this right here. Let me see. Let me go back a little bit further. I think it's right here. I need to actually memorize exactly which spot this comes up in because it's so funny. So super skills no longer cause wall break, right? So you either end up with no Oki here from using meter, or you use no meter and then just wall break it and then end up going across the screen anyway. Because you see how much damage this route did. This route did no damage. Now sure, this was not probably the craziest optimal route when he had 3 whole assists there, right? Sure. And I can give you that. But in bigger terms, right? Even with one character, that other one is a bit more optimal. Because she only used 1 assist that whole combo. She only used 1 assist the whole combo to get that there. He said, read me, bro. Hold on a second, actually. Hold on. I see the vision. I like it. I haven't played yet, though. He said, read me, bro. Why, bro, he said read me? Like, bro, I'm reading you, but I'm also talking. Hold on. Just chill. Hold on. I will read you. I mean, I'm glad you agree, but I don't necessarily need you to agree either. I just want to hear more thoughts. I mean, like, if you disagree, cool. Or if you agree with me, cool. Like Fraud agreeing with me, I appreciate it. But if you disagree with me, which is most people on Twitter, which were very loud and wrong about how the game works, we're approaching this. I'm like, so like, where are we meeting at on this? Like, because this damage was insane, by the way, with super cash out at the end. And you gotta think about that. That was without using like the new level 3 that they added to it. There's nothing saying you don't get Oki off supers. No, you do get Oki off supers. You definitely get Oki off supers. It's right here. They show it. They can show you better than they can tell you. 3000%. It's like right after this. Because you can tell where her slow get up is where she like puts her feet up first. Like that. Yeah, so you do get Oki, and Wolverine's already ready to go. So you definitely get Oki off of that too. And that's without transition, but like I said, it's that storm combo is unoptimal, by the way. Arguable. I don't think it is. I don't think it's unoptimal. I mean, sure, we didn't use lightning in it. Sure, we didn't use lightning in it, but I don't think it's unoptimal now. I think it's fine for what it is because of the buff. The overall buff to this right here negates most of the what we're saying on that, right? In the old version of Tokon, that is unoptimal. In current version of Tokon, that is very optimal because it has reduced combo limit consumption, right? Reduced. Important, right? Because what you have to see here, and this is why I noticed earlier too, there are a few more layers to it than what I'm even talking about right here, right now. So she, and I'm sure you're probably saying this too, maybe, she had this much more to squeeze out of the combo before it broke. So she could have did at least 2 to 3 more hits. She could have done 2 to 3 more things and the combo still would have rocked perfectly fine. Plus she had assists that also would have brought down the cooldown time or would have brought down the combo limit time anyway. So like, so I get what you're saying. It was unoptimal, yes, it was. But I'm saying even with it being unoptimal, that was 25% without meter. Like, and it only used 1 assist. So I think that's a good route, especially in early game. That's a really good route in early game. That would show you what early game for this game will look like, if that makes sense. Let's see, do I have... Let me see here. Let me get the Mario song actually. I want to hear that. Where's the Mario song at? That's on fire. Just when I was doing more damage before the changes in the last beta. I mean, I was too. I just showed y'all. You probably weren't here for it, but it was in the way that one was specifically done. That was what intrigued me more about that one than not. See if I can find it. So yeah, like right. So this route right here was baby route, right? Baby route did more damage, right? Baby routes did more damage. 2H routes that easily do more damage for free. Like, yeah, I'm telling you, I'm not a slouch at this game, and I dropped that. That was unoptimal because I dropped it. But let's go back to this one here. That was cool. Let me see if I can find it here. And as you can see, I was cooking folk. I was literally out here cooking folk like the whole time. Let's see, where was it? There it is, right here. So this route right here, I started off with a cheeky slide just to do it, right? Just to do cheeky slide, right? Boom, boom, boom. Now watch the damage on this. Now this is a corner route that I had, right? Now I think I dropped the optimal of it because it's blue now. But if you would have did it with the frozen gun, the freeze gun specifically, it would have did exactly this much damage again. And then for it right here, right? If I would have did a super instead of doing the extra hit right here, bro was almost clean. Bro was almost cleaned off. He was cooked. Bro was GG's. So it's like, that's real damage, right? That's real damage. But then in the new patch, right? In the new patch, you do this much damage. Plus, I would have more time because you have a longer combo limit now. So I would have been able to get this hit off and then still do super. And I would have probably killed. I got to the right amount of meter. Because, like, I don't know if you guys see it right here, right? I didn't have the meter for it, which is what I was trying to build up to. You need 50. I was trying to build it up, but I didn't get it. Saw that you really uni update and it was hype. Yeah, I'm gonna do a video on that too, so you'll catch a video on that soon. Hey, definitely check it out though. It's a really good update. I'm gonna try to get that video out this week. We'll see. I've been actually like kind of on a mission here to get videos out and done properly, because I feel like I've been kind of late on some of the videos and it's messed with my timing on stuff. But yeah, that is my rant. That is my bigger rant. I think I'm gonna leave it alone for now. We'll come back to it probably very soon. Like I said, I had my slides ready. I was ready for you guys today. Like I had to let you guys know that's what type of time we're on. I really want Tokon to be the game that everybody plays. I want it to be a game that everyone sticks with for long term, but I can see that being a big reason for a lot of like people that want to try it to nope out from it because they don't feel like they get to play and there's not as much interactivity when there should be. Because like I said, at some point most people are like that are like the hardcore people are gonna have like solved most of those issues, right? I think even in gear there's like a lot of like specific solved situations on Wake Up that exist, and I mean, I think I know because I've been playing it, but there's a few good situations in that game, especially when they knock through the wall, you get cooked. Tokon would be DBFZ2, and that's another thing. You know what? Let me pull this up real quick. Let me pull this up real quick. It's definitely a leak of a video. Like I'm definitely leaking one of my videos without leaking my video. So let me at least show you what I'm talking about before we go further here. All right, don't worry about it, chat. Don't worry about what you're seeing. All right. Oh, I messed up. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Oops. It's on the wrong John. Hold on here. I should have already set this to do this. Hold on. Let me always open with this. There we go. There we go. So in Dragon Ball Fighters, the reason why the wall break doesn't happen in the same way, right, is because when you lose a character, it instead does this, right? So imagine, right? Instead in Tokon it wall breaks, right? Instead in Tokon it does a wall break. But here's what it does. It instead just pushes you back at neutral. So like wall broke, instead you'd be back at neutral. You lose a character in Fighters, you're back at neutral. They don't just bring in the character where the character just died at. That's old Marvel. That's definitely old Marvel. And I think we're kind of like in a middle ground between all the Marvel people that exists across time, essentially. And we're kind of fighting a huge battle on both ends to understand what this game wants to be. And I think the devs aren't letting us understand it from their perspective. They're trying to meet us where we are. And I'm like, I don't think that's what we want. I think we want us I think we want you guys to tell us what the game is, and then we kind of comply to it to a degree. The only thing we really needed out of everything that they did change-wise, only thing that we really needed was the ability to use whatever assist we wanted instead of it being like relegated the way it was, right? Like, cause yeah, even in Fighters, that was the thing that they did. They made sure to start you back, right? Like I said, I'm leaking a video early, y'all. Like without leaking it. It exists. All right, so, but that is the battle we fight. That is the battle we fight. What's good, Helfino? The identity is rough for sure, and I think that is going to be a battle that they're going to have to do within themselves, because I feel like they're wanting data, but I think what ends up happening, and you've seen it a lot in other games, right? In just the game community as a whole, right? Everybody wants something for a game, and devs are pushing what people want from their game into their game, and it ends up ruining a lot of games, especially like and I hate to bring up this recent example, High Guard, right? High Guard was trying to catch an audience that it did not get, right? So they said, oh, you know what, let's bring in they said, oh, High Guard 3v3 sucks, right? Blah blah. And I was on this side too, right? I was on this side too. 3v3 sucks. But instead, right, they said, you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna make sure that High Guard has 4v4 now. Did that make me play more? It did not. It did not make me play more. I had not played it since, even when they added it, I was like, oh, that's nice. Back to doing what I'm doing. You know what I mean? So I feel like sometimes as a dev, you have to cut your losses. And I've already given a solution for this. I've already given a huge solution to the Marvel Tokon problem, right? My big solution for this, and I'm going to reiterate it one more time. Hopefully a Tokon dev is listening somewhere. Make it so that instead of like the hard knockdown thing, right? Take that out. Just take that out. Go back to everybody starts neutral again. Don't do that. Don't do that. I think you can leave the special as it is too. If you want to leave the special as a thing that it doesn't trigger wall break, I don't care. That's fine, I guess. I don't prefer that either, but I'm gonna just let it go. I'm gonna let it rock. But when you get all 4 characters, just make it so that the stage doesn't transition and instead it becomes a regular wall for you in your team. Because people have told me there's a lot of things that people like Zeta, they can't do it for this game, but every other thing that they've said in this patch is exactly what I was saying. Exactly what I was saying, like down to the letter, exactly what I was telling them they could do, right? A lot of people are like, no, they're not going to change the game that much. It doesn't make sense to add this. It doesn't make sense to add that. We literally have both types of assists here in this game now. We have literally like regular assists and lariat assists both in the game now. You have grounded assists, you have aerial assists. There's so many different types of assists now. You can't even like imagine not using an assist button. It's kind of crazy. Like I said, just make the next change when you have all 4 teammates, or when you have all 4 of your team people. Make it so that everything becomes X-Man Mansion. Makes it so that like you can't stage transition anymore, because you don't benefit from it as a person that has all 4 characters. In fact, I feel like that makes a reward for you getting all 4 players quicker than the other person by making great decisions in the neutral game where you were at. Like, you know, I think that's not a crazy ask. It's not a crazy ask. I think it's pretty moderate, pretty chill, and it meets everybody where they want it to be, because everybody wants X Mansion, but not everybody wants to play X Mansion all the time, especially with all these rushdown characters. Like if I'm playing a zoner and I want to reset to neutral because I got knocked through a wall, cool, I'm resetting to neutral, you know what I mean? If they want to spend a bar to keep me here so I don't get to reset neutral on them, that's fine, because then that is a layered decision that they had to spend a resource to make sure I didn't get something that I wanted as a person that is getting tore up right now on the screen. There's so many different like ways to approach it, but I think buffing offense again doesn't do it, because I think your defensive and offense mechanics are in a good spot without that last small change. That's my final 2 cents on it, chat. We are about to hop on the uni train for the rest of the stream. So if anyone wants to hop through and play some uni with the boy, feel free. We're gonna wait, no more stage transitions after. No. So once your team, okay, let me at least answer this. So no more stage transitions once you have your 4. So because it doesn't benefit you anymore. It doesn't benefit you anymore to get the stage transitions anymore. So essentially what happens is the stage becomes a walled stage if you're trying to hit them at a wall. It adjusts, because like, oh, wall check, he has all 4 characters, okay, boom, it's a solid wall for you. But if it's like the other person that has like 2 characters left and they hit you through the wall, it goes through the wall and you stage transition. Yeah, no, I think that is like the easiest fix for the whole situation, and it makes every stage useful, because then you play X Mansion if you don't want people to get their turn back, right? But as a counter pick, because I know bro is whooping me up on Oki, I'm gonna go to like Savage Lands where we got like 4 chances to make sure we get this defense right, bro. That's all we gotta do. That's all we gotta do. We gotta cook. Yeah, and I mean, it adds values to different stages, right? Because like I was talking to somebody earlier about tech and things, right? And you have Paul Phoenix, right? Paul Phoenix, you never take this brother to a walled stage where the walls are close. You never do that. Bro's about to demo man the mess out of you. Instead, you take him to like an Infinite Azure or a big stage like Coliseum, so you don't get demo manned as easy, because you can sidestep, you can leave, you can backdash a little bit more and make him approach you a little bit more. So I think it'll help zoners in the long run, and it helps make a little bit more variance between stages, especially in matchups. Because I know when I was playing SSK, and that was a video too that you guys can check out on the channel, he was doing a lot better on the city stage, because what would happen is he would fight me and I would just, of course, you know, do my Zeta belligerence, right? The transitions are to help the defender more to reward than to reward the attacker, even with the change. I don't think so, advancing guard. I don't think so. I think it definitely does the opposite. Because then, do we roll out the cliff again? We might have to roll out the cliff again, chat. Because some of y'all are just getting in here. Hold on, let me see here. Because no, it doesn't. I think what ends up happening. What ends up happening in a situation like this, right? And actually, she does it immediately too. I didn't even notice that she started the string again. Boom, 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 right? Immediately hits you, right? So let's say, let me use your example as like the basis, right? So let's say he blocks it, right? Let's say he blocks most of it, but then it gets hit once, right? Which is crazy because they showed the 2 different futures here. They showed you the 2 different futures that you could have in Marvel Tokon, bro. You could be the bug or you could be the windshield right now, as my boy Kaizen would say. You could either be the bug or the windshield. And in the situation, you are definitely the bug because let's say he does get this Oki, right? Boom, right? So boom, boom, boom. But instead, Storm hits you and clips you, right? All of a sudden, you're in a situation like this because boom, she hits you with the low. Boom, bam, boom, bam. I'm sorry, not that one. My bad, wrong one. I got too far ahead of myself. I got a little too far ahead. Hold on. So right here. So boom, she does this, right? She jumps in, does a button, boom, clips you low, boom, bam, boom. Now, that happens. Now let's put this all together here. Let's put it all together, chat. Let's put it all together. So, you get put through the wall, you're on hard knockdown, okay? So, let me throw this on top of here. So boom, right? Post wall break, you go boom, boom, boom. Boom. She jumps in, hits you with that, and then hits you here. Boom, 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 boom. And what's happening again? You're going through another wall. That's cooked, bro. That's literally cooked. That is literally like the most cooked thing ever because you made a bad choice. And I mean, like I said, it rewards person playing good. I understand that. I'm usually person playing good. I understand that's not a bad thing for me, right? It doesn't make the game bad for me, right? I just think it makes the game not as interesting as it was prior to, which is weird. I'm sorry, I didn't keep that playing here. There we go. Because what that ends up doing is that takes out something like this right here. Because it takes out a situation like this where Edo, who is also a great player, gets to interact with the game in the same way that I do because he made a choice here. Now, I'm still the better player in this situation, right? Because what I'm about to do, bow, my turn again because I made a better choice. However, what can end up happening in the same way is Edo could try to, be pressing his advantage very crazy, right? But instead, I end up taking it from him. And then we end up back in center screen. No one has advantage still. No one has advantage still. So we still have to play it out, right? Because now I'm trying to get him to a wall. It doesn't matter which wall we're at, but it also allows the defender to flip the situation on its head too, because now I have him at a wall, right? This is before I got good with Storm, I can tell. Because no, like with Storm, I started getting crazy with the hail mix. The hail and wind mix, bro, that stuff is so cracked. Stuff is so cracked. See, and I threw him back at the wall because that's where advantage state is. Advantage state on the wall right there. Now, I could have countered the counter thing, right? And this is what I was saying people are able to use off of something like this situation, right? They can use that little counter thing, right? But in a perfect world, as I was saying, in a perfect world, and I think people are going to OS it to this point, is most people are going to OS for if you do something like a... Where's it at here? People are going to OS for it, right? Because they're going to go boom, right? And all of a sudden, now you're still on a hard knockdown. So you just tried to react to me instant overheading you. It doesn't work that way. Like, I don't know. There's just a lot of layers wrong with this. There's just a lot of layers wrong with this. Yeah, let me let you play Uni. No, you're good. You're good. No, I love this game. Guys, so when Tokon comes out, just know that's gonna be the main focus, chat. Just know. I think most people are kind of picking that up already, but no, Tokon is gonna be like the main focus of the channel for sure. What's good, Royal? Like, unless there's just some miracle that happens where we get like Melty like 2. I mean, it's gonna be Grand Blue and probably Grand Blue and Tokon, maybe, but more so Tokon more than likely. Tokon's gonna be top 1, unless Grand Blue drops like a crazy character. Like, I'll play Grand Blue still, but this will be the huge focus. This will be the largest focus. But yeah, nah, you're good. it was much more defender focused. Yes, exactly. So that's what I'm saying. I love everything else about the patch, Advancing Guard. Exactly that. I love everything else about this patch except for that hard knockdown piece, because that changes the game from one game to a completely different game. And it ends up more Strive-ish, but not in a great way. And I love Strive. I'm a Strive lover. I love Strive after Season 4. Season 4 Strive is where I kind of started getting interested again. Not only just because of characters, but because of how it plays. Because I was just being, it's not facetious, but it's kind of like, this is how it looks, right? Boom, 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 wall thing. Now, of course, you don't use super, right? You don't use super Tokon. You're going through the wall again, right? Because these are all hard knockdowns, right? So if I win the situation again, you're going through the wall again. And then if I win the situation again, you're going through the wall again. And since I have all three of my characters, which I don't think we needed to do it this many times either. And this time when I hit you, I'm going to do the combo. And then I'm going to do a team level 3 instead. And then that's going to kill you for free. Offense wins for free. But no, I definitely prefer this game mostly overall. It's just that one small change that changes how I view the whole thing. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, chat. Hey, thank y'all for coming through and let me get that off though. Let me get it off here. Nah, Red Guard. nah, yeah, I know, Fraud. I know you were kidding. I'm sure DF didn't think you were kidding, but nah, I know you were kidding. I know. Hey, bro, Kamane's your like uncle, right? Kamane's like your uncle's uncle, right? So you get all the details early, I'm sure. Shout out to Big Fraud out here. Y'all are funny. Y'all are actually funny. But yeah, so that's just what I'm thinking. The argument there is most people that you shouldn't have got thrown in tech there because the opponent throws, it lands, they should be rewarded. Yeah, and that's, I can see that argument too, because someone was mentioning that to me, and I was like, well, that's fair, but in the same breath, let me see here. In the same breath, right? You know, I can just look up Tekken. But in the same breath, what they just did in Tekken, right, was because heat smashes were that same type of situation where you get up and immediately the situation was the same situation that you've been in, right? Where's it at here? See if I can find these changes here. Where are the... I know where it is. Hold on, let me get it real quick from my Discord DMs. Hopefully they're not open on this screen. Okay, I was gonna say hopefully they're not. So that'd be kind of crazy. So they used to be guaranteed setups essentially, right? Before now, right? So this used to be how it worked. So this is current Tokon, right? All right, we got the wall break. That means right here, right? That means it's my turn again to like set you up for another 50-50, right? Whereas instead, old Tokon was like this. You get hit right here, but now you get up quick enough that you can do something. You know what I mean? So current Tokon is the one on the left, old Tokon's the one on the right. So bro, you can get up, you can stop this situation from being a free 50-50 situation coming up next to something that you can actually play or interact out of. I'm like, even if it was a soft knockdown, I would take that. I would take a soft knockdown. I don't think a soft knockdown's a horrible thing. I don't think that's bad penance, right? Let's say like you want like semi advantage off of it, right? So they're still rolling while you're able to move. That's cool. That's chill. That means that they at least have a chance to do something before you do this overhead that you're about to blow their head off with. That's just my thoughts on it though. All right, let me hop one line here. Oh, is it doing the thing again? I have to play off the... Hold on 1 second, chat. I forgot. That is why we do it this way. I remember now. All right, hold on 1 second, chat.
Subscribe.
Hey, shout out to Advancing Guard for subscribing, though. But yeah, no, I definitely want to like have more Tokon discussions with you guys. I'm gonna have more overall too, just in general, because like I said, I love that game, bro. Like that is probably one of my favorite games since sliced bread for real. I don't have a word for it yet because we don't know what the final game is yet. We don't know what the final game is. I'm still gonna play it, still gonna love it. It just might be like Strive where I have to warm up to it now instead of it being something that naturally was something I loved, right? Because you gotta think about it, right? We did so well that one time that I literally top 8'd it. Like I top 8'd in a TNS bracket. That doesn't happen as often. But it just made sense. It just worked and made sense. So I mean, essentially that's kind of it, bro. Oh, let's see. Also, chat. Let me pull for opinions real quick. Do we not like this song or do we like this song? I need someone to play with on what? Play with on. Gonna cover it full time. Oh shoot! Oh, so you're. That makes sense. Your perspective then, advancing guard. An advancing guard. It all came full circle because advancing guard mechanic. My bad, OG. Hey, you predate me. I started at Infinite. I'm not gonna lie. I started Marvel games at Infinite. I got to. What was it? What was that rank? I forgot what rank it was. It was like 4 from the top in Infinite. And I was playing a bunk team. It was Chris and Iron Man. It was so fun. Like yeah, I know my team is stupid. I know my team is stupid, but I've always wanted to learn how to play Marvel 3. I just know I'm never going to get around to it, unfortunately. It's going to be one of those things that is always a foregone conclusion. I'm just like never gonna get to play it really. But nah, this song is sick. I like it. People like acting like this song sucks. Hold on, I got turned off by Dragon Quest, chat. We got turned off Dragon Quest here. Like that remix. And they went back to like the beat drop, like you know what I'm saying? Like they did like the DJ thing where they go. And they just start. I don't even know how DJs work, but hey, I'm gonna pretend like I do. I'm gonna pretend like I do. Hey yo. Alright, we about to hop on Under Night though. We're about to hop on it. I had to switch to my Steam Deck. I forgot that was my thing. Cause I found out like what was messing up my dual streaming was the idea that the Nvidia card was doing something weird while the other card was doing something because of an update that happened. Hold on 1 second, chat. Like you hear this song? This song is so good, bro. So good. Alright, let me do the button here. Oh, almost tripped and fell and dropped something. I don't know what I would have dropped, but it would have been something. Alright. Alright, let's see here. You guys can't see the screen yet, I'm sure, but you'll be able to see it in a moment. Come on. Like I think it screams Spider-Man. I'm not gonna lie. I think it does genuinely. I'm not gonna let people slander the song. I will be the Spider-Man themed strongest soldier if I have to. Let's see here. There we go. Hopefully you guys can hear it. There we go. All right. Hopefully UNI2 is updated on here. All right. I like KOF music. KOF music's fire. What's your favorite song? Mine is I sound like a fraud immediately. Insane. It is, but I have it saved to my computer though, so I promise you I'm not a fraud. Like it's literally saved here. I literally just forgot the name of it. It's the heroin song. Let's see, KOF. Yeah, oh, Like a Queen. This song right here. But specifically, it's the 14 version. The 14 version is peak. Like that is like my favorite KOF song. And right behind it is like Psycho Soldier. Specifically, I think it's 13. Psycho Soldier 13 is like up there too. I don't know if these are like choice cuts or if they're just like okay songs to most people, but you know. Team Women Fighters. Let's see here. Is it this one right here? This one right here, yeah. I'll let it rock for a minute while we play. All right, let's hop on mine. Sorry for the timeout, because we have crazy bots in here the one time. Did you time him out? No, why'd you time him out? Or did Nightbot do it? Oh, it's automated, got you. Yeah, you can't use 4 emotes on Word. Yeah, nah, it was crazy. One stream we had like bots out, they were promoting some crazy stuff out here. Let's see, let me hop on. I'll make it an open lobby. Let's just make it open, why not? Let's see. I genuinely don't know how to use this. I'm gonna make it no rotation so I can stay on, because I'm sure people want to play me. No, let's make it. That's fine. Let's make it no rotation, maximum rematches too. Yeah, we'll just do no rotation that way. That way I can stay on. Also, chat, we have evolved. We are. Let me show you my new color here. I don't think people have seen the new color in stream. If you see me in person, you've seen the new color. Actually, I'm on it. I'm already on it. I just realized. I was like, actually, I'm on it. In my brain, I was thinking we were still using this color right here. But no, we use this now. We use Oceanic Depths. I might need to switch to leverless though. We'll see here in a moment. Big Mass. All right, Mass. Make sure my buttons are good too. Check. Or we're good. Okay. All right, so I'm playing on stick right now, but I might switch to leverless depending on how this goes here. I hit the fire emoji one too many times. Oh, you're G. You're all good. Song's so good, bro. Yeah. Okay, man. Catch it? Oh, I'm not gonna catch it. I thought I blocked there. I guess I didn't. Do. Is there a community in Under Night that might? Oh my God, Under Night has the best community in fighting games. Period. And I love my Melty Blood community. I'm not gonna lie to you, but It's just, I don't know. We're kind of like split a little bit more in the Melty Blood community, just because there's like Lumina and there's OG. And no one disrespects each other's game. It's not like Smash, like where I think people hate one game versus the other. I didn't get that. That was weird. I thought you were gonna do that much sooner. Oh! That's not hitting, is it? No. I just want to try something fancy. I'm not gonna lie. Hey, y'all didn't see that, chat. Chat, Akatsuki's fine. He's not broke. I promise. I promise he's not broke, chat. I promise. I promise he's not broke, chat. Hey, he's chill, bro. He's chill. He's chill. He's chill. Calm down. He didn't do anything crazy just now. No one clipped that. No one clipped that. Hey, we're not getting this character nerfed because of right at Arc World Tour. We're not doing that. Bro's fine. Trust. Oh shoot. I didn't think I was gonna hit you. Oh, I didn't get it. Let me see. There we go. What? It rolled the back. It rolled it back. Okay. I didn't do that. Okay. I didn't. Oh, I got cooked off of that. That's alright. Yeah, I'm telling you, this game is much more of a leverless game for me. There we go. Come on. I dropped that. Did I drop it? Really? Did I drop that, chat? Really? I don't think I did. I don't think I did, but you know who's safe. Okay. All right, let me actually play some Melty music now. Here, hold on. Let me swap over the Melty music. I love that song. That song's so good too. Good games, Mass. But yeah, no, like definitely just look up, just say Under Night like 2 times on Twitter. Everybody will hit you up. Sunoon? What? Hey, yo. Oh, we're running thick. Okay. All right, this is a match I love to fight now because I didn't have the patience for it before. But what's good, Omega? What's good, Big West? Mostly lurking a bit. So far, I'm slowly getting my bearing together in Relink for Endless Ragnarok. Let's go. Me and Mass and Crescent have been playing it a little bit. We need to play a little bit more than a little bit, but we just haven't yet. We'll probably play more this weekend, more than likely. I'm still trying to get Grand's Terminus weapon. I don't know I did that. Jumped knowing it's Batista. What? She's safe? Missed it. I'm like, let me chill. Put you in the corner though, so you have to hold this next mix. Oh, 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 I dropped it. I did it! I blew it when I did that. Okay, chill. I don't know, I jumped again. I didn't mean to jump. I definitely pressed it, but I didn't mean to do it. TP. I'm very hyped for crossplay. Same. I think I'm gonna start over again though, even then, just because the Switch seems so appealing. Because Stream, even though they say it's Steam Deck compatible, it doesn't feel like it. Okay, I can't just jump in at her at all, huh? A little early. Yep. Okay, I can't do that. Okay, I respect it. I can pick that up. I thought I could. I didn't think that was going to take another wall bounce, but maybe it's because he hit the floor. Same on double dipping on Switch 2. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, because I mean, the thing is, the grind levels on the Switch 2 are going to be amazing. Especially if it runs at 60, bro. Because I mean, a lot of people think it's going to be like Final Fantasy where it ends up running at like 30. Also, do we need to make the in-game sound a little bit louder, or is it good? I have to probably make it a little bit louder for you guys. I can barely hear it myself, but I don't know. I don't know I did that. Shouldn't have committed so hard. Oh, is it not plugged in? Oh, that's why. It's not plugged in to wire. Y'all, I'm sorry. I'm playing y'all on Wi-Fi. My bad. Yo, the lobby might go down in a minute, chat. I'm playing everybody on Wi-Fi right now. Hold on. Let me actually get the I forgot I took it out to put in the Switch. Yo, I'm playing everybody on Wi-Fi. Yo, chat. Why did y'all not tell me I'm being a Wi-Fi warrior right now? Why did no one tell me this? Yeah, it's definitely probably me, to be honest with you. I wasn't thinking about it. Get off me. Oh, what? Side swap. Oh, that's dead. I'm about to die. After I just said you were dead. You know, I told you I was gonna die. I blew that. I was plug switching on. Yes, I was. That was my fault. Yo, I just realized I was on Wi-Fi. Like, I didn't even realize it until just now. Nah, my projectile bigger. No, I remember what the route Red Blade taught me was. It was not that. It was close though. Sorry I'm playing off Wi-Fi, chat. My bad. That was my fault. Hold on. Let me throw, you know, chat. Maybe I should throw an Ethernet cord in. Maybe I should, you know, probably make it so that you guys can actually fight me. Would be kind of wild. It would be kind of crazy. Now the lobby, like I said, might drop here in a moment, but it should be okay in like 2 seconds. DDF, you get your spot back. All right, let's see. Does it kick you out the lobby to switch to Ethernet, or does it not? It might not. Let's see here. So for now, go to internet. Yeah, I've been playing on Wi-Fi, y'all. Here we go, chat. There we go. Now we're playing off Ethernet, chat. Wired connection. Whoa. 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 I wonder if it works. Like, does it? Oh, it doesn't kick you out the game for that? Okay. My bad, chat. Do I need to turn up the game sound though? Did anyone answer that? Cause I think it's low, right? It is on. Where are we going? It don't even show numbers. Why don't it show numbers, bro? Oh well. I'll lock the volume. Does it stay locked or does it unlock later? Chat, I'm learning much. I'm much learning. Hold on. All right, so right below 15. There we go. All right, we're good. Yeah, it's because it's going off my Wi-Fi. Hold on, let me close the room real quick. Let me close the room and reopen it. Let me close game and reopen. Hold on, because it's definitely still doing it off of the Wi-Fi because I started with Wi-Fi. That's why it was working. All right, give it 1 second, chat. Give me 1 second. Also, I can turn up the game volume instead, actually, now. So then we can leave this here. There we go. There we go. That should be better. Sorry about that. I don't know, I keep hitting the wrong button. All right, we're back. I'm about to hop in. Oh shoot, let's go. You can, hey, hop in for sure. We'll definitely get you in here. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I don't know if I want Lexi playable, but I think I want Azale playable. Lexi might be fire though. I think that's her name, right? Lexi, the one girl that's like with Orie and all them. I thought to call her Orihime. Why'd you switch to this character? Like, come on, DDF. DDF, you did not have to switch to this character. You did not have to do this to me. For what reason here? Like, why would you switch to that character on me? You know I hate fighting this low tier character. I went for the cheapest reset I could possibly do, to be honest with you. Why is it? Yeah, why is it jumping? Is it my fault? Is it actually me still? Do I have to disconnect the wired or something? Like, what is happening? The stream's chilling. This is so much damage, bro. I'm dead. Ah! Into super. No, drop it. I respect it. I respect it. Alright, but we'll make sure we get you in though before your break's over. I respect it, reflect. What made you pick up chaos though? Like the story mode? Why? Oh, so is that just because of how I'm doing it, or is it because you're blocking it? There we go. Oh, takes you to the wall. I was not expecting you to press anyway. No, I didn't get the hit. I suck. DDF, you're just so nice. You're just so good at the game. I'm poor. I'm very poor at it. I started just doing options, honestly. So I started doing options. Oh, you throwing shield in there. Because that makes it unsafe, yeah. You threw me first! No, I'm dead. I'm not dead. Okay, we're good. What was that? Where did I block at? Where was I supposed to block that? Like, was that? I think it was a low that hit me first, but maybe it wasn't. I'm not sure. I respect it. I don't respect that. That was goofy. That was so goofy. I definitely need to use levers. My micro movements are off a little bit. The sandwich is insane. This is not your Quizno sandwich, brother. No, I didn't get the hit. I thought I got. I got embarrassed is what happened, but I respect it. Hold on, let me switch. No, you know what? Let me switch. Let me switch to leverless real quick. Hold on. Let me lock in on a leverless real quick. These French bread games, I'm telling you, these French bread games, you need the leverless. You can't use the regular lists. We gotta pull out the big boy. We gotta pull out the big thing. Let's see here. We can't go out like that. That's going out truly sad. There. My movement was not it. All right, let's run it up. DDF, where'd you go? Oh, your internet's going high? Okay, at least it's you. And I don't mean it like that, but at least it's you. I thought it was me. I thought it was still me. I'm like, bro, I just plugged it in to wired. I think I need to sit out. That's all right. I mean, we can get games later. We can definitely get games later. I gotta get used to it for a second. Nice. That was a good DP. I'm about to take all this damage, aren't I? Yep, there we go. Throw a Rocket theme, too nice. So you know about the melty blood a little bit. It's funny though. This song has been stolen. Like it is now the ultimate theme. It is not the Rocky anymore, but it was. Bro is running away. Stop! Hold that. I got shot, really? I'm using a DS4. Wait. You brought the whole kit to work? That's fire. That's actually fire. I need to use the one controller that I got, the little credit card sized controller. I thought I could get it. I genuinely thought I could get that. Oh, I dropped it! I forgot you can't jump again. Oh, that was kind of smart. That was double smart. Okay. You're kind of cool for that. Just run up and throw. I'm like, save meter for the next round though. You threw me? What? What are you doing? Stop! I'm cooked off that actually. I'm trying to remember what the route Red Blade taught me was, because I remember it now. I just remembered it. Alright, Mass, let's get it. Good games, Lazuli. The pings look really high. Well, Lazuli's playing from work. Yeah, Lazuli was playing from work. That doesn't count. Mass is playing from home. Although it did just spike. I don't know. Might be a Steam thing, bro. Good games. Wait, do you play Elden on Mass? I didn't know you had an Elden on you. That's actually fire, so. I really need to pick up like a true secondary in this game. It's really weird to say because I feel like I've had a million secondaries, but I just don't know what character my secondary would be. I wanted it to be Ogre, but he seems like a character I have to like dedicate a lot more time to than I thought I was going to. That was cool. That was actually pretty cool. I respect it, and yep. Mash, you just press up on this game. It's like ult melting. You just press up instead of doing up forward. Why'd you do a dash? C. That, oh, it's invincible. Is it invincible the whole way through? Maybe. I'm in my room, but I work in Okinawa. Oh, that's actually cool. So that's why our connection was. It was very stable. Honestly, it wasn't like bad. It was just high ping. That was all it was. I was a little late. I don't know. I don't know why it's doing the rollback so much today. Because as y'all see, I'm on wired now. It's just one of those days. It's definitely just hitting like that. You know, hashtag Granblue or Tokon would never, you know. I really wonder what they're gonna do with Arc World Tour, bro. Cause I'm like, UNI already has like the best fighting game systems. Like, I don't know if like that's another thing. Like, I would say this game is probably one of the better ones because you don't have to use all the systems as much unless you really want to. Like, you haven't seen me use roll at all. You know what I mean? It exists. I did DP. But it's like, yeah, like Grid is like literally the perfect fighting game system, right? So it's like, it's one of the systems you don't have to worry about. It's just, you just play it. It just works. They don't force you to use like perfect shield and stuff like that. I mean, it's wanted to use perfect shield. I just haven't really been using it. See, like, it's there. Green shield is good. It's just not good for certain situations. But you have to have like the level of like DDF knowledge to know where the best idea to use green shield is. DP! DP on your wake up! I thought you were gonna DP back, so I was just trying to DP when you DP, but it's alright. GG's, Mass. Who is the Akatsuki? Is Lazuli playing Akatsuki? Hold on, Mass. Let me see. Yeah, Lazuli is playing Akatsuki. Alright. After this one, I'm gonna probably do like... Actually, no, after this one, I'm probably gonna wrap up today. Because, I mean, today was mostly my excuse to talk about that Tokon thing. But I also wanted to play UNI2. Which, I'm sorry, DDF, you couldn't get to play for like that today. Next stream, we'll hopefully get that together. Speaking of DDF, you need to check out the Really Reals thing because it looks crazy. I'll see if I can show it to you guys here in a moment, but we won't probably play it here today. I know it does weird things when I'm streaming if I'm not using the other graphics card with it. I'm getting cooked. You know why I keep jumping in with it? You know, I think I don't know how to beat my character, huh? So why am I getting cooked? Like, I'm getting cooked. I'm getting reduced to atoms right now. Alright, you gotta do better. You gotta do better. Alright. No, chill on me. You know what? Alright, let me chill out. Let me chill out. I know how to beat it. I know how to beat it. I need to chill out. To 200 ping. Yeah, it's not horrible. It feels fine. 200 ping for the JP connection is kind of interesting. I'm just getting caught up though. Alright, let's chill out. I'm getting counter hit. Crazy. That still hit me? That's crazy. I'm dead, actually. I'm actually dead. I did the wrong thing. I'm playing bumper cards right now. Alright, let's chill out. Let's chill out. Let's chill out. We're playing poorly. Alright, chill out. I messed up. Oh my god! Bro, this character's so funny, bro. This character's hilarious, bro. He just dives in. Ugh. I'm telling you, it is huge actually. It's a huge hitbox, but you can't get hit from it a lot of time. I'm usually used to being no one doing it though. Run it back. Oh, you got the corner. I make like the biggest issue of just doing. That's dead. I'm trying to remember what the route was that I feel kind of bad that I don't remember it. What was the route? Oh, I think I do remember it actually. It is, I think it's crouching, then boom boom, and then you do BAC or BCA. I think it's right here. I think I remember it. Here we go. I might not even get to do it. Okay. Stand into it. Because DDF told me to start abusing this. This is what DDF was like, yo, use that button, bro. That button's fun. yeah, it's that, but I did it wrong. Okay. Why would you be up there? What are you doing? What are you doing up there? Why would you be up there knowing I'm gonna be up there? Go throw. Okay. I respect it. Wow! Why did that hit me? That hitbox is not, that had no business hitting me, bro. That's insane. That's actually crazy. That's glorious. You earned it. You earned it. That's crazy. That's like elite ball knowledge, knowing that that would even work. I'm getting cooked right now, chat. No! Ah! That's enough. That is enough. Just enough health. I think it's gonna do it. Let's go. Let's go. Okay. All right, we'll take those. We take those. All right. All right, and that is GG's for today. I'll take it. Let me see. Is there anyone online? If I get a match online, I'll play one rank. But good games, Lazuli. Let's see. Uni is so weird about matches online. You either get them or you don't. That's one thing I can't say about Grand Blue is you get not Kikoho, bro. What the fuck? These melty blood players entering my domain here. Get these melty blood players out of here, bro. Oh my gosh. I bet you play Red Arc too. Degenerate. Of course you're playing Gordo. Of course, I didn't even notice. I didn't even look. I respect that. I mean, I don't know why I tried that on Kikoho. Like, that's a melted classic right there. I tried it. I don't know what to do. I didn't know what to do. I was just pressing. I respect it, Kiko. Alright. Best theme in the game, by far. Gordo's theme is fire. No, please don't! Respect it. What? Bro missed! Bro missed and still got the reward. Bro got rewarded for missing. I'm so sick, bro. I'm so tired. So much damage. Yeah. This is about going as well as I thought it would. I'm dead. Okay. Just lock in for the next one. Kika! Nah, Kiko. Nah. Let me find Kikoho's name real quick. Hold on. Nah. Let me find Kikoho. Good to see you on Gordo, Kikoho. Yes, good to see you. Hey yo, where's my 2 out of 3? Hey yo, where's my 2 out of 3, bro? Hey yo. Kiko, Hey, we're about to go to play. Oh, was it? Okay. There you go. Got it. Well, all right. So it might have been me then, chat. Nicole's saying it's lagging. I respect it. Oh, bro, that's funny. So I guess it was me lagging, maybe. I don't know. Next time I'll start the stream with the Ethernet inside the thing, then. But anyway, GG's to everybody that played, and we'll reconvene next time. That's funny. Kiko's like, hey yo, you were lagging, bro. GG's, you got it. So yeah, it was probably me. Anyways, everybody, shout out to everybody that came through today. Everybody that got some games in today. And thanks for entertaining my Tokon TED Talk, as it were. If you missed the Tokon TED Talk, go back to the beginning. It is probably the most important conversation from today, as far as that thing goes. We'll come back through to it, and like I said, I might post it as a video probably tomorrow. We'll see. Depending on how I feel about it after I sit on it for a little bit. But anyways, everybody, it has been your boys that are slow. Until next time, everybody, stay healthy, stay happy, and stay groovy. Love each and one of y'all. We out of here. Peace. I'm outie. See y'all.